see on ESL Daybreak, it's sort of a tricky map to PvP. It's not the best Blink Stalker map, needless to say, because there's not really any space to blink up and down the main base. But we'll see.
Yeah, of course we'll definitely go in depth into this map. It's again one of those maps where you see those longer PvP games. And I'm wondering if these players want to. Again, the way it works is each player's veto a map until they reach this one. And that being said, I'm gonna go ahead. Are you want to introduce players?
Let's do this, man.
Right.
So over here on the top right corner of the map, we have DignitasBling, our British Protoss, and on the left bottom side of Daybreak, we have Grubby, my fellow countryman, our blue Protoss.
Hope you're not biased there, Rotterdam.
Not at all, man. I love Bling. Everybody knows I love Bling.
I do too.
You know, there's this thing about Bling.
What
if
thing?
the fans are not aware of this yet, Bling has really, really awesome pants. I'm not sure where this
Pants?
guy... But yeah, pants.
Oh, I saw those.
Yeah,
Where did you get those?
That's what I'm always
the
asking.
Bling store, bling.com.
No, but he has a different color of pants every single day. You will never see him with your regular blue or dark blue jeans. He always has either brown or gold or yellow or red. So Bling is the awesome pants pro.
I wonder if he plays golf, because don't golfers like have different pants? He does?
No, I do agree with you. I don't think Bling plays golf, man. He's too busy playing StarCraft.
This is true. But yeah, man, PvP on this map, let's talk about it a little bit. The natural expansion, that's the first thing a lot of people look at, as well as whether or not there's a ramp leading up into the base. On this map, there is a ramp leading up, so you can feel relatively comfortable, assuming you get some sentries out on the field. That usually denies most 4 gates. Again, we saw that in the White Raw versus Noni matchup game number 2. Where White Rock comfortably held off that 4 gate because of the use of those force fields. That being said, the natural expansion, also interesting to look at. 2 entrances into this natural expansion. So while it is relatively safe considering the rush distance across this map to expand relatively fast, there are 2 entrances to the natural expansion, unlike Antigua Shipyard, unlike Shakura's Plateau. So you have to be careful in that regard when taking that natural. But we'll see. Again, you do see a lot of players end up getting that second base, end up getting that third base. But let's go ahead and look at how these players are developing right now. Anything wonky yet?
So far, everything is standard. I would like to talk a little bit more about that first game we saw between Noni, or the second game actually, between Noni and White Ra. Because despite it looks so obviously, like, oh man, Noni went for a 4 again and he failed miserably. Obviously, that's not what went through Noni's mind. Noni, you think a lot, okay, my opponent is scouting, what does he think right now, how am I going to trick him? Because I actually spoke a little bit with Noni and he said, actually I just want to fake 4-gate pressure, but the scouting time of White Ra didn't make a lot of sense. He said, then I felt like I was kind of committed to doing so. So, meanwhile we see Bling actually stealing the assimilator of Grubby. So there's always much more in PvP than what actually meets the eye.
That is so true. That is eloquently said, Rotterdam, and we already see some of that right now. Bling stealing his opponent's gas, taking a gas of his own. Now, you can read a lot of things into this. Is he taking the gas to get a tech advantage? Is he taking the gas to get his opponent to do a 4-gate while he comfortably gets a sentry out and is able to defend it? Is he stealing his opponent's gas so his opponent is more inclined to do a fast expand when he's intending to do a really heavy push? So there's a lot of things you can read into this. What do you think Bling has on his mind right now?
I'm not sure. I don't think Bling is even very sure. Perhaps he just wants to get a proper scout off, because obviously you're going to be able to scout a little bit longer when you steal someone as a simulator. But Grubby didn't go for the double gate opening 3 stalkers. If you do that, it's a little bit more annoying, because it takes a longer time to actually kill this assimilator. But when you open up with the Zealot, it doesn't really change that much. Bling in general is a Protoss who loves to get really quick blink. Often, most of the time you will even see him go 2-gate console, sometimes even 1-gate Twilight console. And in general he's also a Protoss who loves to expand. Just out of 2-gate Twilight console, he will drop down that Nexus quite often. So something that's very good when you play against Phoenix. Then again, Grubby, despite playing Phoenix now and then, is more of a Blink Stalker player on his own as well. So I don't think we're going to see Blink being overly greedy. But I do expect 2-gate Twilight console.
Yeah, and I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see relatively fast expand from both of these players. Again, the rush distance is just super long. That being said, though, Grubby marching across the map here with quite a few units. One probe going up to the north side of the map, landing down a pylon. One stalker getting caught off guard by 2 stalkers here. Does not want to lose that stalker. That's actually a huge deal at this point in the game. Zealot coming forward to try to save the stalker's life. However, Zealots can't chase stalkers that well. So now the Zealot going to be taken out a little bit, and Grubby actually shot his own Zealot for a second there. I think unless I missaw that, but the stalker's turning around trying to target down Grubby. Stalker's great micro there from Grubby, keeping his weakened Stalker out of there, and he kind of evened up that engagement there a little bit.
My mouse is really freaking out right now, but meanwhile Grubby dropping a pylon on the high ground over here from Bling. And that's actually something to really worry about. But Grubby has so many units here right now. Bling only at two gates. He's gonna lose one of those stalkers and he's gonna lose more of them. Bling is in a lot of trouble.
Oh my god, Grubby getting this pylon on the high ground. He can reinforce in his opponent's base. Again, one element that's very unique to PvP. And look at all these stalkers in a Zealot and Bling's base. Bling gonna have to pull some probes to try to deal with this, trying to take out the Zealot. Able to do that, but again, losing a lot of those probes. That economy is not something he wants to lose. Again, keep in mind, Grubby only on 3 gates here. It's not like it's a 4-gate all-in. He can still transition behind this, but he might even take Bling here.
So smart, wiping in Zealots right now. Those Zealots will be able to tank a ton of damage. Bling is going to lose a lot of probes. He already lost quite a few probes. Lost 5 so far. Grubby is probably going to back off right now because Bling did a really good job wiping in a lot of stalkers. But meanwhile, these Zealots are really going to town on this mineral line.
Oh man, Bling forced to attack with these probes. It's not a battle you want to have, and the Zealot has 5 kills, workers killed, shows 10 for Grubby, so definitely ahead in that regard. Still providing aggression with these stalkers and a sentry in here. Of course, the sentry just going to tickle to distract the units while the stalkers do all the damage. Force field going down. Again, Grubby trying to isolate the units of Bling, doing a great job at that. He has to be careful, doesn't want to get his units trapped, but warping in more and more units. Grubby just pouring on the pressure here.
Grubby still has so many stalkers. He has 6 stalkers alive right now. Bling only has 3 stalkers. This might actually be game over already for Bling. Pylon's actually the only pylon powering those 2 gateways. Bling cannot afford to lose it. Grubby just has superior numbers.
Yeah, that pylon down to 16 HP, but Grubby just has too much at this point. Up 37 to 22 supply, in prime position to take this game and pull himself up 1-0. There's the GG from Bling.
Grubby with his sort of traditional, I would almost say already, 3-gate Blink star, 3-gate gateway pressure. That's something he did a lot at the Intox 3 Masters World Championships in Hanover. It's something that can work out very good, but often you have to be worried that you don't overextend your stay.
Yeah.
Because if your opponent somehow holds his ramp,
you're in trouble.
yeah, because you can camp down the ramp, you can wipe in that sentry and sort of contain him a bit, but if you stay too long and your opponent has blink ready in time, you can end up losing a lot of units. But yeah, I don't know. Like I felt that it started off really good for Bling. He had those units in the center of the map. At first, Grubby took a lot of damage on that first stalk. I was like, oh, Grubby's gonna end up losing those units.
Yeah.
But Grubby's reinforcements were so quick.
I know. It's like the Stalker came from the north and the Zealot came in as well. Great micro there from Grubby. And also really important in that game, the probe able to get into the main base of Bling. Getting the pylon up there, and that completely, like almost completely destroys the defender's advantage of having that high ground, having that ramp to defend, having that concave at the top of the ramp. Also, what was important there, surprising, Bling stole the gas. When you steal the gas of your opponent, you're keeping them from teching up. So what are they more inclined to do? Probably going to do some aggression. So it's a little bit surprising Bling wasn't prepared for said aggression from Grubby, and Grubby was able to take that game.
Yeah, that is right. Then again, Grubby did take out of the simulator, so I can understand that Blink sort of felt comfortable. And he also had the Selnaga watchtower on the right side of the map, which is so crucial in PvP, because then you know exactly everything that's coming in. And Grubby walking in with that first stalker, normally that's a mistake, because that stalker is going to take a lot of damage. And certainly in the early stages of PvP, every single shot of a stalker counts, because that actually allows you to out-micro your opponent or not. And it started off quite good, but then, again, maybe Blink's stayed too long in the middle of the map. Maybe he was a bit too far out of his base. Maybe he should have rather been at his natural instead of near the Selnaga watchtower, because that pylon on the high ground, that created a ton of trouble.
Yeah, and you nailed it, dude. Like, again, he took that gas, and Grubby kept his Zealot and Stalker back home. You know, you see that, you're like, all right, my opponent's attacking my simulator with the Zealot and the Stalker. I'm pretty safe. And then, you know, Grubby just turned around and just attacked with 3 gates. And again, it's important to note, that wasn't an all-in from Grubby by any means. He was making a robo behind it. He was getting ready to transition.
And a lot of probes as well. He always has a lot of probes when he does that. It's not like a 20 probe pressure, it's 24, 26. And even when he's still wiping in units, he's still producing probes as well. I do apologize for all the mouse scrolling. That was completely by accident. I have no idea